Well, here's a view that I can't remember seeing before, although I've been on this particular site a number of times, but never on this remnants of a hill, so to speak, or remnants of a former colliery spoil heap. This is the old Crown Farm colliery site, and the hill more or less in centre on the skyline there is the old spoil heap from Clipston Colliery, and you may well be able to see the two remaining headstocks, which, if I remember right, are the tallest headstocks in Europe. Pretty much a contentious issue now whether to keep them or take them down. I think they'll ultimately take them down, because I think they're arguing over whether to keep them or not, and I think the longer that the argument goes on, the more they will rust without any care, and then will ultimately be deemed unsafe, and they'll take them down. Then they can develop it. Part of this site is actually going to get developed, but I've just come for a wander today on this old former colliery site, and it's passed a pleasant hour on. Lots of dandelions, of course, and lots of bumblebees and solitary bees visiting those dandelions. It's quite breezy again today, so conditions aren't brilliant, so I found somewhere sheltered. But there's been a number of species of Andrena solitary bees. Andrena nitida is one that I've seen several examples of, and that's quite easy to identify, although most Andrenas, especially the browner ones, are a difficult lot, and they're difficult to get into, really. That's why many people don't do Hymenoptera in Nottinghamshire, at least, if anybody does. But this one's easily recognisable. The abdomen is more or less hairless, but jet black and shiny, but on the sides of the abdomen, on the first 2 or 3 tergites, and there are some very easily seen grey patches. I think it's commonly called the grey patch mining bee or something like that, but Andrena nitida is its scientific name. But there have been other species as well, and including honeybee. Seen 1 or 2 honeybees and they're nectaring, but the dandelions here, and of course a lot of bumblebees. There's lots of queen bumblebees all over this site, as there are pretty much anywhere you go in Nottinghamshire now and throughout the UK. Always decent numbers in spring, but many queens don't make it. They don't get to the colony founding stage, even if they make it through hibernation and overwintering. They're not forced to even get to make the first cell when they start the nest. Lots of parasitism goes on in the Hymenoptera world. But of the other bits that I've seen and I can identify, there's been a couple of Andrena soneriana, I think it is, the ashy mining bee, which is probably the easiest of the Andrenas to identify. But with the sound of singing skylarks, it's been a very nice hour wandering around here.